Hello fellow crafters, I am Miss Madi. I'm a youth services librarian with the Broward County Libraries in Florida, and I want to welcome you to Craft Mania. And we have become inspired by the very popular TV show and book series called Avatar: The Last Airbender. The Air Nomads, the Water Tribe, the Earth Kingdom, and of course, the Fire Nation. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start. Oh, I think this is the right time to say, let's do some craft bending. Welcome, this is Craft Mania Avatar: The Last Bender edition, and for this video we will be focusing on the Earth Kingdom. There are two main characters of our story that are part of the team Avatar. These are Toph and Suki. We get to see the powerful bending of Toph, and although Suki doesn't really bend, she is the leader of the fearless Kyoshi warriors. So for this video we'll be making their headband, and of course it won't be Kyoshi warriors if you don't have your fan. We'll be making a big one too. Check this out. Also, if you're going to make your way through the basking set, you're going to be needing money. So we will be making our Earth Kingdom money and a pendant or an amulet, because why not? So let's get started. So these are some of the materials that I use. We are going to be needing paper. I used a foam sheet in yellow for the Kyoshi warrior headband, yarn to make our own tassels, ribbon, scissors, paint and paint brushes, glue, hot glue, tape. It was really nice to have a stapler, a ruler, markers and pencil for tracing, magnets, and cereal box cardboard. So let's begin with the fan, because it's probably the most simple one. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make a fan. So you have your piece of paper, place it in vertical, just the tallest part of the piece of paper in front of you like this, and you're going to start folding. Just fold a little piece of the paper this way, and then you're going to flip it, and then fold it again, like that. And repeat the process. Repeat until you'll get something looking like this. So in this case, I made 3 of this. As you can see, I clipped them. I put them together to make it look bigger, and then I taped it in the bottom. So I thought, let's try with a bigger paper, and that's where I got construction paper, and I have the big construction papers, and I did the same thing. I made a fan, I staple it in the bottom, and then I decided to decorate it. Oh my goodness, we use glitter and markers. Look at that. So feel free to decorate it as you want. Remember, your craft doesn't have to be exactly like the ones in the video. These are to inspire you. So we can move on to the headpiece, and this is probably the one that it's more complex and a little bit harder to make, but it's so much fun. I found a yellow sheet of foam, and I really like how it feels and that it stays, like it doesn't flop like paper would. But if you don't have foam, you could probably use construction paper, because I was sturdy enough. We will begin with this big part first, because we will be gluing the rest of the elements to it, and that is basically what this one looks like. So we can start tracing. So use the pencil, because if something goes wrong, you can erase. I just trace a line here, trace a line over here to meet in the middle. And then this part, which is the triangle part of the headband, this one I pretty much did it by eye. And once I was happy with the tracing, I traced it, and voila. And pretty much after that, you just cut. So this is the part here. I cut it, and I was following pictures of the graphic novel in the cartoon that they actually cut it off here. So I really didn't need it this part. The rest of the part of the headband. But once you have that triangle cut, let's pretend Then we have something like this. I decided to paint it a little bit darker. So I used different paints to make it darker, just like the sample. We know that all the Kyoshi warriors have different symbols on their headbands, specifically the one of Suki, which is one of my favorite characters. But at this point, you can put anything in there. That's why I wanted to show you this, and I'm not doing it on right now because I want to give you that option and opportunity to make your very own Kyoshi warrior headband unique to you. So once you have that main part of the headband, we can move on to the actual part that will go around your head. So I found this really nice ribbon, and it happened to be very similar to the one in the character. And it was big enough for me to use it for my headband. This is a moment where we're going to make the tassel. A tassel is very important to the Kyoshi warrior headband. And I, of course, didn't have a tassel at home or at the library, so I decided to make one. Get your piece of yarn and measure it how long you want it. You're gonna cut it, and you're gonna get another piece of yarn, and you're gonna cut little pieces just like this, one by one. You gotta be patient. Once you have enough for them to look like a tassel, and you know what a tassel looks like, you're gonna use that same long yarn that you initially cut, the longest one, and you're going to wrap it around all the little pieces of yarn that you cut. And once you have that, you might need help from a grown-up on this part because it's tricky to make the loop. Yeah, as you can see, mine is coming off. And like that. And then afterwards, I also measure it because I wanted to make sure that those were symmetrical. In the headband, the tassels were symmetrical. And made the holes for the tassel, attach them, and voila. To put it on your head, you can either staple it once you have the measurement. Otherwise, you can just use a paper clip so you can share it with your family members or your friends, and everybody could be Kyoshi warriors. I'm going to show you another model that I did. I was exploring. This one I used a tea box. So there's so many ways that you can do the same craft. Let's move on to the money, because we're gonna need money. And this is so much fun. For these ones, I use another lid. I really like using the lids because these are like the perfect size. We use the same for the water tribe. So I knew that I already liked that size. Go ahead and trace. And I am using a cereal box for this because I really like how sturdy they are. So for the coin, it's very simple because it's pretty much just a rectangle inside. So that when I hand drew, you can use a ruler if you want. And then for the symbol of the Earth Kingdom, I just looked online and found the symbol. I also used it to make my earrings. And I colored this one with green and brown to make it look very rusty and Earth Kingdom-like. And with this one, I color it brown. And then I had in the library some magnets. I use hot glue to tape the magnets because I really wanted to put them on my fridge. So now we have money to buy cabbages in Ba Sing Se. That will be it for this episode. It's a little bit longer because we had so many cool things in the Earth Kingdom. I would love to see your creations. You can ask your grown-ups to help you post them online and social media. The only thing that I will ask you is to use the hashtag #AvatarLibraryCrafts, because that way it will be helpful for me to find it. Also, if you are not aware yet, you can find Avatar materials in the library. You can go to Broward Library catalog and put them on hold, request them, or you can find the digital materials in the Hoopla app using your Broward County Library card. There's so much to find and to read. So with that, I leave you. Thank you so much for watching this show, and see you next time.